As a selfish, mostly career-minded 20-something, I am by no means an expert on tiny humans. In fact, apart from the occasional run-in on public transport, and whenever a relative gives me one to hold for the appropriate amount of time that is polite before I can feasibly hand it back, all of the knowledge I have on kids comes from games. And it turns out, they're terrifying.
Take Natalia Corda from Resident Evil Revelations 2 as a recent example. She doesn't even have to do anything creepy, just standing there and pointing is more than enough. Maybe it's those soulless dark eyes or the ominously dated, almost Victorian styling to her clothes, but while Barry, Moira and Claire's instinct is to protect with their lives, mine is to put her back where I found her as soon as humanly possible. There is something creepy about little girls in games though. BioShock's little sisters with their big glowing eyes and love of syringing corpses, which they affectionately refer to as angels, did not make my decision to save rather than harvest them an easy one.
Daddy!
Alma Wade from F.E.A.R and Alessa Gillespie from Silent Hill are even worse, and prove that you should never be mean to little girls with psychic powers. Though surely that should have been obvious from the outset, no? Don't piss off people who can tear your mind apart on a whim.
Still has an unusually high fever. Eyes don't open. Getting a pulse, but just barely breathing. Her skin is all charred. Even when I change the bandages, the blood and pus just start oozing through. Why? What is keeping that child alive?
You two go on by yourselves.
Also, it goes without saying that this goes double for little girl twins, a la Seiyunie Kurosawa from Fatal Frame 2. That's just asking for trouble. Actually, make that twins in general, like those two little nightmares from the cave, who willingly serve their parents rat poison.
Mind you, little boys aren't much better, especially when they're literally the son of the devil, like Lucius, or they have some spooky ability to solve puzzles, like Luke from Professor Layton. What, am I the only one that found him creepy? No, not creepy. What's the word I'm looking for? Annoying as fuck.
Hi! Calm down!
There's also a sizable subset of kids in games that serve as an extension of the dead wife plot device. Often you know nothing about them except that they were killed or die in tragic circumstances and now serve to haunt the tortured protagonist at the most inappropriate moments. Even professional cranky arsehole Kratos isn't immune to that particular trope.
You did this for yourself.
No!
You're dead, guys. Get over it. Stop lurking in the dark. It's way past your bedtime anyway.
Mind you, kids in games just seem to get creepier the smaller they are. Good things come in small packages? Not in horror games, they don't. Case in point, Silent Hill's inky devil spawn thingies and Dead Space 2's little terrors, which came in two delicious flavours, lurkers and crawlers. They also seem to have some weird mental hold over people around them too. Do you remember that lady that hugged one when what she should have done was drop kick it out an airlock? Yeah, let's just say her maternal instincts didn't do her any favours in this instance. Oh, and hey, if that isn't creepy enough, shout out to the baby gates in Shadows of the Damned and the unbaptized babies in Dante's Inferno. They really make my ovaries skip a beat while they're making a bid for the nearest fire exit.
And let's not forget about the child in Catherine, a giant baby and a metaphor for fear of commitment and being tied down.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Stay away from me!
So in conclusion, when people say there's nothing in this world as wonderful as a child's laughter, they're wrong. In games, it's definitely bad.